morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. I'm going to assume that you are a Crypto Nerd fan, and I want to welcome you to the party because I am your Crypto Nerd. And today we've got a special update for you. This is our Q2 update for all of the family of projects and companies that we are working with right now. Primarily, we're going to talk about Citrust and AlgoFund, and of course, Crypto Nerd. And this is for all of our Crypto Nerd holders. So, brief history here for you. So we launched in February, late February the 24th, to a private Telegram channel of about 121 people. 121 people participated in the pre-sale, and we thank you, we appreciate you. Your vesting continues until mid-August. So August 14th is when that keeps going on until. So keep an eye out for additional nerd drops to keep following until August 14th. Now, we have grown quite a bit since that initial 121 wallet. So we've gotten as high as 5,000 users, and our target is to hit 10,000 users in Q3. Now, there's a specific requirement or need for that 10,000 number. What we're really looking for is a breadth of use. We want a lot of users, a lot of holders of the NURD token, so that we will have a high number of users that eventually enter into the Citrust and the AlgoFund ecosystems. Now, we've also got 2 more partnerships on the way. Those are under wraps for right now, but I will tell you the categories. So we are looking specifically for a DAO partner. We've got a couple in the works right now. One that works just amazingly well with our system and our base already. And we were also looking for an NFT marketplace. And we actually have 2 of these for different dynamics that we're working with right now. More to come on those partnerships in the very near future, but keep an eye out for interesting and useful ways to spend that NURD token in the future. And some encouraging use cases for holding as well, such as AlgoFund and some staking. Let's talk about what we're doing right now as far as staking goes, since we brought that up. Right now, we've got 3 different sources. We've got Algo Stake, we've got YLDY, and we've got AlgoFund. Now, I don't think this will come as a surprise to anybody to see the YLDY staking pools end. We had a contract with them. It went very well. We're pleased. The YLDY team has been amazing to work with, and I would not be surprised to see us partner with YLDY in the future in some way, shape, or form. YLDY has been an amazing partner to work with. Nothing but great things to say about them. We also have the Algo Stake pools. We've got a liquidity pool right now with them. You've got NURD and Stake. You can liquidity pool those. You can earn some nice rewards there. And I want you to also notice that we're going to increase greatly the number of AlgoFund pools. In fact, we will see NURD get paired up with a lot of new projects as they come on board. If you are a new project, I want to give all of the NURD holders the opportunity to stake NURD there and earn some of those new tokens. So look for those benefits coming out for NURD holders. So the more NURD you hold, the more of these alternative altcoins you will be able to earn in the meantime. Look at those APRs, by the way, APR/APYs, depending on which site we're talking about. But some of those are just amazing. Anytime you see 3 digits is amazing. There's a couple out there right now with 4 digits, which is just mind-blowing sometimes. So go check out all of those. If your NURD is not working for you right now, you need to go check these sites out so that you can put it to good work. All right, so beyond staking, let's talk about airdrops. Now, we've paired up some teams that have come on for interviews. Now, we have never done this before with the Crypto Nerd family. We have never charged for interviews, and we're still not really technically charging for interviews. However, we are encouraging new projects to come on and interview with us, and we get them a little bit of publicity to provide, if it's in their tokenomics already, if it's in their budget, go ahead and airdrop some of their native token to the Nerd family. So the Nerd herd can get in on the action. So if you watch the YouTube channels, if you check out the new projects, you'll know what ASA to go opt into. And that's just an added benefit. Right now, if you opt into OGS, if you hold NURD, you will get airdropped OGS. Now, OGS has been an amazing partner, and guess what? They have also got airdrops paired up with them as well. So you stake NURD, not necessarily stake, you just hold it in your wallet, and then you get OGS. And then you get, we've also paired with Choice Coin, I think Taco Coin, I've seen Scout, I think there was still a Faucet set up for. So there's all of these additional tokens that are going to get airdropped to you from basically a network of folks that we have taken a part in. So keep an eye out for those and make sure that you opt into those. Visit the website, we'll get that updated for you so you know which tokens to opt into. That way you can take advantage of those as well. Now we're actively looking for NFT enhancements. So we had this project with Climate Trade. In fact, not all of the NFTs have actually been released yet. So we're working with Climate Trade sort of behind the scenes to make sure we can relaunch that and see what projects we want to help and make sure that that NFT system is a healthy ecosystem. We want to give you some real use case. When we first launched that, when we first conceptualized it, this was November of last year. At the time, AlgoBots was fairly big. They were producing 3 of 3s. We thought for sure, like we could produce some 3 of 3s, some 5 of 5s, and people would just be ecstatic to be supportive of climate trade and get some carbon negative credits into the system. And then we also had the NFTs. If you were part of the pre-sale, if you had an NFT, it got you into the pre-sale. So 120 folks had an NFT, and that got you into the system initially. Now we're looking for other ways to enhance the ownership of those NFTs. I can't say what they are yet, but I want you to know that we are working on that. And we probably won't release any additional NFTs until we have some of that in place so that the true value of those tends to rise up. So we won't saturate the market there. We might have a few giveaways here and there. Check with Mr. Blue Sky, by the way, an amazing addition to our team. And he's in charge of giveaways. He's done an amazing job on our Discord. He's in the Telegram group like nonstop. I'm not sure when the guy sleeps, but he is always there. Also, kudos out to Eric, who has been there from the very beginning, and Emily helped set up that Telegram group from the very beginning as well. So shout out to all of them. All right, so NFTs. I think it's good, and keep an eye out for that NFT marketplace in the near future as well. So some interesting partnerships coming up. Citrust. I would be very remiss if I didn't talk about Citrust. Citrust is a free service. Think of it as the Yelp of Algorand. So all of the projects are going to be able to be listed there. In fact, we have over 200 projects listed behind the scenes in our database now. We can probably release that in the next 2 weeks or so, something along those lines. None of this has moved as quickly as I wanted it to. But Citrust is a vital cornerstone. It's a hub of what we want to do with the KryptoNurd family. So Citrust, you're going to have your new projects there. New projects get listed and they get instant feedback, just like Yelp. As long as you hold an Algo wallet or a Parallel wallet, then you can gain access and you'll be able to leave comments. Not initially. Initially, it's just going to be sort of an aggregator of projects. That comment phase is coming, phase 2, and you'll have to have a certain number of NURD, by the way, to leave comments and get bounties. But you did hear that correctly. There are bounties for Citrust. So now you understand why it's so important for us to have a use case for NURD. You're going to be able to stake it, earn all these other altcoins, and then you're also going to be able to spend it on some NFTs that are coming in the future. Now, if you log in, remember I told you we wanted 10,000 users, 10,000 folks holding NURD. It's because I know that you are interactive with the community, and we need your help. The website, Citrust, needs help to get reviews. So if you leave a review that is particularly helpful, you will earn some NURD. So there is a bounty program coming. As long as you interact with the Citrust website, you'll be able to earn some NURD. The more NURD you own, the more of these other ASAs you can get, the more airdrops you get, and the more access you have to AlgoFund. That's coming up in just a second. But let's go back. We also have AlgoFund, though, or Citrust, that has a revenue model that has not been really talked about in what we're doing here. We've got a revenue model typically in the industry. You can just ask for donations. You can just ask for money. You just put a link at the bottom. There are sites that have done that in the past in our system, and they have they've stuck around. AV2 is nonprofit. That may still change in the future, but they initially came out that way. You could charge ad revenue. We could give ads. Eventually, we may have a premium posting, which is sort of like an ad. You could take VC money, at least to start with. That's not really a revenue stream. You could charge. You could have like some kind of a premium service. We're not doing any of that yet. Now, we did not take any VC money. We did not do any of we didn't get an algorand grant. They had a couple of projects they had already funded that are probably in the same lane. They didn't give us an exact reason why they didn't want to produce the fund, but I think that it was probably because there were a couple of other projects that were similar to what we're doing. Now, I personally don't think they're going to do it to the same breadth and scope that we're going to do it at, but we still need to make some funds. So our primary revenue source, just so you know, so you understand, hey, we're not doing this. We want to build the community, but it's not solely that way, and it's not sustainable unless we make a living. And so we have affiliates and business partners on the back end. So if you are a new project, this is a benefit, this is a resource for you. look for a new tab on the Citrust website called Citrus Resources. So if you have a new project and you want to get hooked up with some of these other companies, if you need legal advice, if you want an NFT artist, if you want to find out about a DAO, if you want to be found out about AlgoFund, Launchpad services, whatever it is, go ahead and send us an email at hello@citrus.io, and we will try and put you in touch there. And we will make a little bit of money when we refer out that service. It's an affiliate business-to-business lead magnet is really what that is. It's good for you, it's good for us, and it remains free for the public to access and see, hey, how are these projects rated? So if you go and you type in NFT marketplace, you'll see a list of 4 or 5 NFT marketplaces there, and you'll see reviews, and you can rate them comparatively, one by one, side by side. So that's what's happening with Citrus. If you weren't familiar with it before, you are now. Go check it out, and more to come on that in the future. We do want to get to a point at the end of the year, really, where we've got $20,000 in monthly revenue coming through that Citrus platform, and that's really just like to par, to run even for us, based on the devs and how much work we've got going in there. But by the end of the year, that should be realistic. We've got a little bit of runway there. This next 6 months should be really interesting for Citrus. Now, let's talk about one of the other projects. Now, AlgoFund is not technically our project. AlgoFund is very much its own project, but we've been involved with it, and we're very excited about it. It just passed audits this last week. So the first week of May, it passed audits. Very exciting time. We're looking to launch the full product suite in June. So mid to late June is when we're looking to launch that full product suite. So our first launches are coming from the time of this video about a month away. And we're looking at a time where, really, we can get to a point where we've got $1 million to $1.5 million in new project revenue that is coming in. And here's the interesting thing. I don't think that is all going to come from the algorand ecosystem. I think, in fact, I know that we're going to have to pull in TVL from some of these other chains. If you've been watching my Twitter stream, some of my other YouTube videos, you've heard me talk about the fact that there is a market share game to be played here. If there is a crypto winter, if there is a bear market, and I think that we are in one, now is the time when we need to gain market share. So pay attention to projects that pull in from other chains. There's a bunch of NFT projects on Luna right now that have no idea where to go. We want to pull those projects in, help them launch whatever they are on AlgoFund. So we're going to accept ETH. We're going to accept BTC. We're going to accept other cryptocurrencies, other layer ones, other forms of crypto, and then convert those people over to Algorand users. So that is key to our success, I believe, here, because otherwise it's just the same Algorand money kind of getting swished around. So we want to pull in all of that other money over from other chains, and let's face it, Algorand is the way. In addition to that, I think we can do 6 projects on a monthly basis by the end of the year, and look for some special collaborations or just some special accelerator type projects where we ask the community to vote, and we're going to give those projects some special marketing packages, some reduced fees. So we're really going to take some projects under our wing that you, the community, end up voting on. So we're working on the system to get that done now. It won't be for every project right away, but eventually we're going to get to the point where there are enough projects and there's enough of a waiting list where we can deploy some of these interesting mechanisms. And speaking of accelerators, if you are a VC or a venture capitalist and you want to get in on some of these seed rounds, let's face it, all of the new companies, they're going to stop by Citrus first before they go to an algo fund, because as soon as they find out what's going on, they're going to want those resources that we've collaborated with and put together behind the scenes. And so those accelerator projects could come in very handy. We could put together, $10,000 algo, an initial contest, something along those lines. So it's going to get very interesting very fast. By the way, if you want to know more about AlgoFund, you can hit AlgoFund at KryptoNurd.com. Just shoot us an email. Somebody from our team will get in touch with you. We'll walk you through the projects and the calendars and what the pitch is, initially, so you know what's going on. All right? There's a lot of different options out there to raise funds. We just want to make sure that you do it safely and you get the right marketing and attention that you're looking for. So that covers it. My team told me I had to do this in 5 minutes. I'm way over 5 minutes, but I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate you being part of the Nerd Herd. Stay safe out there, everyone. And as always, I am your Crypto Nerd.